Welcome back to Come Sit With Us podcast with your co-hosts, Anna Ennis and Nicole St. John. Today we are talking about,
We're talking about conquering something really big, like what it actually looks like, what it feels like, the whole shebang of it, right? So Nicole and I both we've been on this journey together, and we've both conquered like really big stuff, like not even most recently, but just in general, I feel like we tend to constantly conquer big stuff. And I remember it was like last week I was at coffee with someone and she was like baffled. She's like, I don't understand how you just keep conquering these big things. Like, because from the outside, it looks like it's a big thing that we're doing and our big decision or a big pivot. But like, actually, it's not. It's like the big thing happens in my own life. I can speak from my own personal experience and then Nicole can speak from hers. But like the big things that have happened in my life have been because of when the camera's turned off, or like when I'm here at my desk right here where I'm sitting recording this, like the very unsexy actions that I do every single day, like that's the reason the big happened. We brought this up on multiple podcasts. For me, it started at the very, very beginning building block of like, I just want joy in my life. What does that look like? So I started showing up in 2020 with joy. I'm like, okay, what's it going to take to have joy? Okay. Then all of a sudden joy happened. And I'm like, okay, besides joy, like I got joy. I'm good. I understand the things that create joy in my life. Like now, but what is it I really desire? So I started thinking about what my dream life was. No, but really, what is your dream life? Not what other people tell you your dream life is. Like, what is it that like you get to the last 10 seconds of your life, okay? And you're about to take your last breath and you're sitting there and you're reflecting upon the memories of your life. Like, what do you want those memories to be? And are you living at that caliber today? Like, if I died today, am I living at that caliber? And then that panicked me. That freaked me out. It was like, what? Like, I mean, we're all ticking time bombs, okay? So it's like we either choose to live each day like full of life or we don't. I want to go back at the end of my life and I start thinking about this. I want so many memories to flood in the last 10 seconds of my life that I can't pick one because it was so fucking good. Like my life was so, and not the memories of the big accomplishments, right? The memories of the tender moments with my kids or the amazing time with my husband or the friendships or the connections or like the relationships. I want to remember the relationships. I can guarantee you I'm not going to remember all the accomplishments because it wasn't the accomplishments that felt the best. It's like, I think when I first wrote a book in 2020, it was like, the book was cool, but it was like all of the process to get there and all the people I met and all of the things that I got to like do, like traveling. It's like, whoa. Like you take your kids to the Grand Canyon and they look at the Grand Canyon for the first time and they're like, oh my God, that memory doesn't go away. Like that's huge. So when it comes to conquering something really big in my life, like I'll tend to want to see something really big and then I want to like go after it tomorrow. And it's like I stop myself and I'm like, hold on. That's not what got you here before. Your ego's taking over right now. Like your ego wants it right here, right now. Gotta have it. It can't wait. It's like, no, 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 hold on. The stronger I've gotten with my relationship with my ego, the stronger my life has gotten. So as my ego tells me all of these things or like comes at me of like, you can do it tomorrow. It's okay. You don't need your marriage. You can have $1 million. You don't need a happy relationship. Like as an
you don't need your
overachiever,
marriage.
right? No, seriously. That thoughts come up multiple times, right? Like as an overachiever, like I constantly think of achievement. So I've had to like learn, I've had to tell my mind, like, no, you actually get more fulfillment from your relationships than you do from accomplishment. So I think when we conquer something big, for myself, it's been, I always go back to joy and I always go back to like, where is my gratitude? Where's my intentionality? So all three of those things, if I'm living into all three of those things every single day, all of a sudden stuff crazy just starts happening. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got a phone call with so-and-so. How did that happen? Like, oh, excuse me. I got this is now happening. What? Like all of a sudden I understand my software system. Like what? You know what I mean? Like when you practice and your frequency is raised from joy and gratitude and intentionality. When you live in a higher frequency, all of a sudden you become a match for higher frequency. And so then all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, like this isn't as bad and big as I thought it was going to look. That's my jam. Nicole, how do you, like, you've conquered some really big stuff. Like, what does it look like for you in your own life? I mean, you've come back from one of your most recent is like your relationship with your husband is like, you've really worked on that. Like your relationship with your business, you've really worked on that.
I'm going to say well, my relationship with my husband, I'm going to say, is specifically communication and consistently trying to communicate in effective ways and not from like the hothead version of me that wants to
Yeah.
lose my shit and be like, don't, like oh, oh, oh. It's me having to realize that if I feel like I want to blow up my entire marriage right now and just say, F this, I'm out of here. I am probably going to start my period in about 2 days. That's
Yeah.
literally is
Or I
having
need
the
to take a walk.
foresight to realize, oh, I am upset about this, but I'm not that upset about this. You know what I mean? So I could go in right now and I could say everything that's on my mind. But I really try to not do that because uh so I feel like consistency is the theme of consistently making sure that I'm in the right space to communicate what it is that I want to communicate, that I'm in the right space to up level in the way that I want to up level my life, that I am, with my business, it was consistently showing up with high energy and you know, talking about my offers in a way that didn't feel comfortable, where I was pushing through resistance and I was you know, just doing it. But it was consistency. Consistency has been the bane of my existence. Okay. I told my hypnotherapist recently, he's not really my hypnotherapist, but like a hypnotherapist I worked with recently. Um, I'm consistently inconsistent, and that's not how I want to live my life. And oh, some wonderful, amazing things came up. Um, so yeah, for me, I believe that that's how I have um conquered really big things is just by being intentional and by just being consistent. Because when I'm inconsistent, things don't go well. And I can see it. And I mean, you and me have had this conversation how many times? Like, Nicole, we're going to have the same conversation in 3 months if you don't get your shit together. And that's me getting my shit together is me being consistent, is me showing up every day, doing what I have to do, whether I've got other things going on, whether I'm, whatever. And, I still struggle with these things. I've been sick for the last week. I have not shown up in my business very great in the last week. I showed up in my group coaching and I freaking killed it. I've not shown up great in like posting, doing the things that we're supposed to do because I just don't feel good, right? But I know that now I'm gonna take a dip if I don't be consistent. So now I gotta be on the upswing again, and I gotta be consistent, and I've got to do the things because that's how I move the needle in accomplishing the big things. Um, I do want to address something that you said earlier about, at the end of that 10-second reel at the end of your life. Um, for me, it's impact. I want the memories of love to come through and like the fun memories with my kids and all of that. But I really want it to be impact. And I know that this might be my ego, I don't know, but have been people in my life that I can sincerely say meeting them changed the trajectory of my life in the most positive way. It changed me in the most positive way. And I want to be that for people. I want to be that person that people say, oh my God, meeting her changed my whole fucking life. And now I'm doing all of the things that I love because I saw that it was possible. And I get to live the life that I want to live because I met this woman who told me that it was freaking possible and I finally could believe her. Like, I don't know, whatever. I know that probably sounds super janky, but I just want to have impact. I want people at the end of my life to feel like, wow, she made a difference. She made the world a better place somehow in my own little corner of it. Um, anyhow, I know probably like I don't feel like that's ego. I feel like maybe it sounds like it is, but it's
No,
like
that's
I
not
love
at all.
people. I'm all like I love humans, and um, I just want to make an impact. So for me, the accomplishing something big is really it's consistency. Um, it's making
You
a
know what's crazy
decision
too
and
is like,
not renegotiating. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
not new. Yes,
You can
I was.
recheck.
Yes.
You can say, you can reassess, but fucking show up, man. Just
You know what it is too, Nicole, and I think we talked about this in one of the other podcasts. Is like when we have something really big that we're trying to do or become, um, there's a moment where we think we can do it all on our own because like the world especially tells women, oh no, you can do it all on your own. You can do everything on your own. You can you know what, you need to work full time in order to survive in this world, and then you
don't get
also
me
need to
started on
clean
it.
the,
Don't get me started.
and then you
We
need
don't have
to,
time.
no, yeah, so like you need to clean the house, you need to do this, you need that, like there's this whole rap list of stuff that we are being told that we need to do, but I think of like any time that I've wanted something really big, I look at my surroundings and my world, and is it, and we talked about this in one of the last podcasts, is like, is it congruent or is it set up that way? Am I set up to have this big thing? Like, am I, if I want an amazing marriage and my marriage sucks, like I need to know that, like I need to know that we need to get help, like, or if I, something that feels really big to me is like if I want to go after this specific business dream or endeavor, it's like, okay, am I set up for that? Okay, so do I have some other women in my world? Do I have the support that I need? Do I have a hypnotherapist? Do I need a hypnotherapist? Do I need counseling? What do I need? Like when you say that, when you first start to break down something really big, it's like, look at your current surroundings and like, what is it that you need in order to like make it actually happen? Because you have to have the community and the support when you're going after conquering something really big. Because
You do.
because
You
I know
gotta
I've
have
done it.
some belief. It's really hard if
Yeah.
like you are in a relationship with someone and your partner is like, what do you mean you're gonna do that? Like what's that gonna cost us? What is it gonna do? If they're not saying, oh my God, I think that sounds amazing. I can't wait to see how this works out. Let me know how I can support you. Then that's a conversation that you gotta have because
Yeah.
that's huge. It is about community. It is about you having that support. And I think that without it, it makes it even more difficult. And while I do believe that women can do it on their own if they have to, I think there are women out there that they're going to do it whether they,
Yeah.
I know that I
Agree.
started my business. I was not in a, like, my husband and I were not, I started it when he wasn't living with me.
Yeah. We can do it on our own. It's like,
Had 75 things
yeah.
on my plate and I was really struggling mentally. And I was like, I'm doing this for me because it was something that brought me joy.
Yeah.
It did. It just lit me up. So, now we're going on 4 years in business.
Woo, woo.
Yeah,
Ching.
I know it's so exciting.
Such
Anyhow,
a good, such a
yeah,
good.
yeah. So, yeah, I think that is that our episode for today.
Yeah.
You
That's
have
our
anything else
episode.
to say?
Conquering something
Go
really
after your
big.
dreams, conquer your stuff, get in community with amazing people, and just have a belief in yourself. Change the perspective and just know that you are absolutely capable. You just got to say you're going to do it. You just got to make the declaration.
Yeah. Stake in the sand. This is it.
Burn
You
the
guys,
boat.
we drop brand new episodes every single Monday. If you're not following us on YouTube, the link is down below. We also have a membership for $4.99 a month, and it has all different types of goodness in that portal. If you're interested in that, that link is also down below. We love you guys. We adore you. This is the coolest work that we have ever gotten to do, and we're just super grateful that we get to show up and do this for you. So
Yes,
thank
we
you.
love you. Thank you. Share, like, review. Okay.
All of the above.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.